This is 7 News, the voice of regional WA.
Tonight, 2 horror southwest crashes, one leaving a man dead. 20 years today since the Bali bombings, the pain still raw. A man saved after becoming stranded atop a mountain overnight.
And from north to south of the state, all the latest on what's happening with your weather.
7 News begins now.
Good evening. First tonight we take you live in Bunbury where Adelaide Williams is at the scene of a crash which happened today on the Bustle Highway. Adelaide, what can you tell us about the crash?
Good evening, Noel. The driver and the passenger surprisingly walked away from this crash with just minor injuries. As you can see behind me, the car left the road hitting multiple trees on the medium strip. The dual cab ute they were travelling in was unrecognisable. The single vehicle crash happened just after 8 a.m. this morning, heading south on Bustle Highway after Robertson Drive. The driver taking the brunt of the collision, pinning the driver in the vehicle. A volunteer paramedic was first on the scene and performed first aid to both the passenger and the driver before emergency crews arrived, blocking both southbound lanes. Fire and rescue used the jaws of life to free the driver, who was able to walk away. The woman in her 40s and man in his 30s were both taken to Bunbury Regional Hospital, which was just across the road from the crash site. It's unclear at this point who was driving. Police are investigating the incident and urge anyone with any information to contact Crime Stoppers. This incident comes just 12 hours after a fatal crash in Donnybrook last night. A bunch of flowers tied to a tree, the bark scraped away, claiming the life of a 65-year-old man. Adelaide Williams, 7 News.
It's been 20 years since a series of bombs went off in Bali nightclubs, killing 200.
80 of those were on country roads. Adelaide Williams, 7 News.
It's been 20 years since a series of bombs went off in Bali nightclubs, killing 202 people, 16 of them from WA. Today, a Bustleton father who lost his son in the bombings is calling for kindness, not hatred, as we remember the lives that were lost.
Scenes from Bali today as locals and visitors paid their respects and looked back on the tragedy that rocked the globe. In Perth today, a sombre. Brianna Melville, 7 News.
An underground miner has been killed and another injured following an incident in the goldfields. Amanda Sabatino is live from police headquarters. Amanda, what can you tell us?
Noel, investigations are underway after a contractor tragically died at the St Ives operations site in Kambalda yesterday. Now, a second contractor sustained minor injuries during the incident but has now been released from medical care. Operations at the site have been suspended as police and WorkSafe comb through the area and won't resume until it's been deemed safe. Now, tragically, this incident marks the third death we've seen across WA mine sites in just over 1 year. Noel?
OK, thanks, Amanda. A hiker has been rescued from the Stirling Ranges after he became lost between Bluff Knoll and Ellen Peak. The 46-year-old set out on Monday, trekking between the two mountains when he became lost.
A gruelling journey across the Stirling Range. Around 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon, a 46-year-old man raised the alarm when he... Elise Holden, 7 News.
Thousands of nurses and midwives have rallied together with the Australian Nurses Federation, fighting for improved ratios and working conditions inside our hospitals. For the first time, staff from Bunbury Regional Hospital joined them as the opposition calls for a royal commission into the health system.
A sea of scrubs crying out for change. Burnt out, but fighting for improved ratios and... Amanda Sabatino.
Shauna Willis has the latest on your weather, and those maximums in the north just keep getting warmer.
Yeah, thanks, Noel. We're seeing more of the 40-plus maximums as the official wet season draws nearer. It's been windy and a dry 24 hours for the north. A low and trough extending through here. You can see from that inland Pilbara. While south today, also windy, but skies generally clearing as a high develops in from the west. A scattering of showers, mostly light, along south coastal districts. Kununurra reached 42 degrees today. That was our official hotspot for 41 there for Wyndham, just 31 in Broome, and some gusty southwesterlies right across the Pilbara. It reached 34 in both Port Hedland and for Karratha. Strong winds through Carnarvon this morning, 24 degrees, a cool night in Geraldton, 5 before 21. And here's the temperatures right across the goldfields today, 20 for a few places, including Kalgoorlie. And cooler further south today, another mix of sunshine and some rain, 19 for Bunbury, but just 14 in Albany. And yes, it was another chilly morning, dropping to 0 in Gin. Esperance went from 6 into that top of 16. So no rainfall to report from the northern half of the state, and up until 9 this morning, our heaviest fall south was well to the coast, and that was that 14 millimetres here at Hopetoun North. We had 7 mils at Albany, also for Collie. The latest on the forecast is coming up right after sport. I'll see you then.
We will see you soon. And after the break, an investigation into a landslide that destroyed 6 Albany homes, and how her horses helped a Midwest woman overcome the trauma of a terrifying crash. The state government has commissioned a technical investigation into a catastrophic landslide in Miramar in Albany. In July last year, 6 homes on Sleeman Avenue and Anzac Road started sliding down the hillside they were built on. Since then, 2 homes have been demolished. Now the state government is working to find out exactly what caused the landslip.
We need to drill right across the site and get a detailed picture of what actually is happening geotechnically.
Remedial works to help support the hill are expected to be carried out in February next year. A horror car rollover in the Midwest last year with a wagon of horses attached left one woman on a long road to recovery, but not without company. Natasha Pearce has been bonding with her horses to build her confidence back up and is now considering turning this form of therapy into a business to benefit others.
A road trip in Morawa upended.
All of a sudden we just lost the whole car and just rolled into someone's property and their crop.
Leaving a 41-year-old Midwest Jenny Shon, 7 News.
Sport is next. A country cricketer named to clash with international superstars, and a boy from Dongra sent home in the final minutes of the trade period. A country West Aussie has found a new home in the 11th hour of the AFL trade period. The Dockers landed Dongra star midfielder Jager O'Meara in the last-minute deal, sending ruckman Lloyd Meek and their future second-round selection back to the Hawks. The 28-year-old was originally picked up by Gold Coast in the 2011 draft. It's not yet clear the length of the contract the Dockers have offered him. Fremantle also got a trade done with Bulldogs for forward Rory Lobb, receiving pick 30 in the draft and a future second-rounder. A West Coast Eagles premiership player has been filmed in a verbal altercation at a Southwest Football League grand final earlier this month. Adam Hunter can be seen trying to approach a woman but is held back and encouraged to sit down while his mother, Ms Brown, is in a heated argument. And the vision appears to begin in the middle of an argument between spectators and Ms Brown about an unnamed 17-year-old who's referred to a number of times. It comes after the former Eagle helped the South Bunbury Tigers win the Reserves Premiership. Police are investigating the incident. Dunsborough fast bowler Lance Morris will now have a chance to take on some of the best in the world. Morris has been named in the WA side, taking on India in a practice match tomorrow. The powerhouse team landed in Perth this week for 2 warm-up games against the WA side ahead of the T20 World Cup. It comes after Morris dominated in his most recent Sheffield Shield clash, taking 9 wickets as they cruised past New South Wales. Shauna Willis is back next with your weather forecast and then the report you're not going to want to miss. Some changes coming to our airwaves. That's next.
Welcome back, everyone. And before we take a look at the forecast, a very big cheerio to Ray Matthews of Bunbury, celebrating his 102nd birthday. Congratulations to you, Ray, from all of us. Very special. Now, on to your weather, and a high develops further south. There is a chance of some light showers near the south coast here tomorrow. Otherwise, a frosty morning over southern inland areas and a windy morning over the Pilbara and the Kimberley. To Friday, some thundery showers once more to the Kimberley and another windy morning for much of the north, while a system to the far south, you can see there, is expected to bring some showers Bunbury right through to Bremer Bay. Clear skies and a frosty start inland, and we head into the weekend with still a few showers from that Bunbury through to Bremer Bay. It is otherwise dry with mild to warm temperatures right across the state. Showers and thunderstorms over the north and east Kimberley. And then a pretty similar forecast on Sunday. A few showers to the southwest, gusty southerlies expected up that west coast, and a seasonal storm or two in the tropics, where it is another warm day for the Kimberley. 42 in Wyndham, Kununurra 41. Broome is forecast clear skies with a top there of 35. A windy 34 in Port Hedland, and look, plenty of sunshine with 29 for Exmouth. Further down the coast, Carnarvon should see 27. It's windy across the Gascoyne and for the central west as well. 6 in Geraldton tonight before a nice sunny top there of 24. And look, still some clouds to the southwest tomorrow. We're looking at 19 for Busselton, also in Collie after a low of just 1. Chance of some rain for Albany tomorrow, 17 there. Wagen is also dropping to 1 tonight, and it is frosty right across the wheat belt, 0 before 22 in Southern Cross. Now, partly cloudy to the southeast. Esperance may see a shower, 17 degrees, and it should be mostly sunny right across the goldfields, down to 5 in Kalgoorlie, into a forecast top there of 22. Look, not great boating north. Strong wind warnings reach from the Kimberley right south through to the Gascoyne coast. It is a little fresh to 25 knots off Geraldton. Generally winds light to moderate off Bunbury, also off Lewin. And then on southern waters, swell 4 metres with strong winds expected off that Euclid coast. Now, it is a wet and cool day for those southeastern capitals tomorrow. Look at that, just 16 for Melbourne. It is looking pretty good, though, for Perth. A nice sunny top of 20. Good night.
Thank you, Shauna. Before we go tonight, a story I've been dreading for a while, and sadly that weather report was the last for our beloved Shauna Willis as she moves on to the next chapter of her life. Tonight we say goodbye to a legend of this channel and someone I'm honoured to call a friend.
Live across Western Australia, Golden West News with Shauna Willis.
Good evening. You're probably noticing a few changes tonight. Well, apart from anything else, we're calling ourselves GWN 7 News. And that's the latest in news, sport and weather from the regions. You can see our 7 News regional WA bulletins.
Names will change, as will the weather, but a legacy of trusted, reliable reporting will last forever. Albany born and bred, Shauna Willis has been a familiar face on our screen since the 90s.
Hello again, and taking a quick look at tomorrow's weather.
It all started with a puppet, then a furry dog, and then, well, another sidekick.
Oh, look, space junk!
Watch out, we're going to hit it!
She forged her own path reporting news across the state and clearly kept us up to date about major weather events during all of that time as well.
May reach then cyclone intensity and will be called Kelvin.
Some things we take for granted. Fresh water, the car starting in the morning, and having someone committed to bringing us the truth and what's happening across our Golden West.
Good evening, thanks for your company.
It might not have been her job to make sure the skies were sunny, but for 35 years, she brightened the days of her co-workers.
You are a diva, but one that we all adore and love, so congratulations.
It was an absolute honour and privilege to work alongside you at GWN.
On behalf of me and Gridgy, we just want to wish you all the very best. It's been a pleasure working with you.
So thank you for being a colleague and for more importantly becoming a friend.
And the thousands of viewers who tuned in.
They'll remember her with great fondness. She's been there doing so much and been part of their lives for such a long time. A lot of people, young people particularly, have grown up with her.
Trusted across the state, but never afraid to have a bit of fun.
Love is in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manu Patel and Shauna Willis.
In an industry that's known for its high turnover rate, it's been refreshing to get to know a local face, one that has stayed true to her country upbringing.
Good old Esperance now. Residents must be getting a good workout, pulling on the jumpers one day and then back into the bathers the next.
So right now, as we wave by another low-pressure system and keep an eye on the next emerging weather pattern, one thing's for certain: as the sun sets tonight, the forecast for tomorrow won't quite be the same without Shauna.
Should be having fun, maybe a laugh, a smile and your trouble's gone. I know it is something I love, GWN Saturday Club.
See you later.
I really can't believe we're doing this, but we are. Shauna, it's been an absolute privilege working alongside you for the best part of 35 years. You are one of the most friendliest, generous, amazing people. Oh. We're going to miss you, and I know our viewers will as well. But we do wish you all the very best for the future and the pursuits that await you. These are for you, and I'm sure you have more than a few words to say.
I do. Thank you. It's been an amazing journey. You being my work husband for so many years. It's been an absolute privilege to share the screen with you. I'm going to miss everyone here so much, and of course to everyone that I've worked with over the years who I've shared the journey with. Awesome. And of course to everyone across regional WA who's watched a mostly correct weather forecast each night. A big thank you for tuning in. As I say, it's been a blast. What a journey.
It will we'll miss you too, and it won't be the same without you. We wish you all the very best, and thank you for all the wonderful memories. I'll let you have the final word tonight.
Okay. All right. From all of us across the state, good night, Western Australia.